exciting to have everyone together. So as Cece was saying a minute ago, we're kind of getting close to that holiday time of year. I'm sure everybody's starting to feel it a little bit. Um, Thanks for joining us. And let's go over some of the content for the week. So, the first topic on the agenda is the community dashboard forum discussion is been updated. There is a link that here I can share here real quick, but the forum post has all of the information about the community dashboard, what the status is on that. So lots of interesting stuff in there, good things to dig into and check out. This is part of our push to get more focus on the community forum. We want to have all active proposals discussed in a single forum post. Lots of times conversations happen outside of the forum, which is totally natural and totally healthy. We want to encourage that, but we want to also encourage people to come back to the forum afterwards and update everybody with the progress of the discussion, a little summary. If you use an AI video recorder on video call or audio calls, just have it make you a little summary automatically. It's pretty easy. If you're having async conversations in a private group, just, remember to create a cycle of coming back to the forum and updating the rest of the DAO, because it's really, a lot of times projects and proposals kind of take a while in a DAO. Sometimes there's downtime and you forget kind of what was happening, or somebody new wants to step in and contribute, and it's really hard for them to catch up on everything if it's not in a concise, kind of single place. And we'll keep working. This is something that I'm going to be working on over the next 6 months after I get my Governor Stewart proposal put up, hopefully real soon. But we'll start working on some workflows and templates and stuff for how to keep a forum post really well organized, how to manage what messages are pinned so that stays really clean. Because long drawn out proposals can get really confusing, even if there's a good summary in a single DAO form. So we'll start building that kind of community etiquette of how to manage a DAO forum, in a really healthy and productive way. So long Triggs, a rambly story short, we have started that process with the community dashboard. And so, keep active on that forum, bring the discussions back to that whenever you have them, and we'll keep moving that project forward into the new year. I'm not sure if Stella, did you have any, or CC, either of you guys, did you have any updates other than that about the community dashboard, or does that kind of sum it up?
In my case, today, as every Tuesday, we have the marketing working group calls, and today we discussed specifically the budget, marketing budget, so we can have all that ready for Andrew and having all the budgets completely clean and understandable. So that was quite a task, and thank you for everyone who was contributing at the working group call. It was great to have all those inputs and having also a meaningful discussion of how do we want to manage the ambassadors program and also the marketing program, so we can have all those activities completely under budget and with specific budgets also for certain activities. And it was great. We have had a really great conversation about how in this case the content strategy can be used for as a reference, can be used also for ambassador programs, so that could be really useful. And definitely agreed to have a separate budget, so we have considered some of those funds to maybe, if there is a new budget, which would be the best, to have those funds over there. So yeah, basically that.
Nice. Thanks. That's good. Good to know. Good updates, and good job on getting through some of the budgeting convo. That discussion is ever so important and challenging to have. So glad to hear that marketing team is collectively working forward in that path. good encouragement for all the other stewards out there to also be doing the same with your areas of focus, because the budget must be, completed. So with that, I think we can maybe pop to Stella. She has some updates on the Phoenix Gate app progress.
Yes, I do. In fact, I do. But also, before we get there, look at this. Please give this some love before we're posting this out on socials tomorrow. But this is a little community spotlight that has been long overdue, and it was written by Gosman, who, no, is not in this call, but was in the earlier call today, about Will T. So if you can share some love on this one, because we all know Will deserves that. All right. Yeah. So Phoenix app, I have some cool update. So end of last week, I finalized the AMP grant application. And it's a grant that will not go entirely to Unlock, right? Because Unlock is the least involved in that one. But nonetheless, some of these funds will go to Unlock, so that's yay. And my friend Booby really helped me out on this one. I don't know, but you've seen this, right? Usually I make the grant applications, I get the grant running, I discuss with the people, then I motivate people to potentially add, some funds to the funding. So, like most of the time, I'm pretty alone in this. I'm not trying to cry about it, but sometimes it feels a little bit, just lonely. Okay. And it was really nice because my friend Booby was actually like, hey, you know what? I can help you tweak this so it makes more sense for the AMP grant committee to potentially give you that grant. And so that was really nice experience because it was the first time someone offered. Usually I offer this to other people, right? So it was a very new experience for me that someone offered it to me. And I thought it was super, super nice of him. So anyways, that one is out. I think it's like he submitted it today to the grant committee. So we may hear back actually within the next 2 weeks, which would be fantastic. The grant is being paid out in AMP. So we can consider, whatever we're getting to exchange that for another currency or to keep it in that currency. That's obviously up to the DAO to decide. But it's paid out in AMP specifically. And yes, Julian, I can do that time. Let's go. the 5 p.m. or the 11:30 one. Let me see, 11:30. We're in the same time zone right now. No, I have a regular meeting at 11, so I can't do 11:30. So the later one it is. Sounds good? Perfect. Awesome. Okay. Anyways, so the main thing I wanted to share about this is also that the Android version has now seen multiple tests of Phoenix Gate. And if you guys are interested, depends on how interested you really are in this, but you can follow the progress along here. There's also really light documentation right now, nothing very technical. It's published under MIT license, so the same as Unlock Protocol, so people can literally just fork this and make their own little mini apps out of this and, customize the design and whatnot, right? So, but I will have more nice things to share once the iOS version is up, because then I can actually use it and test it myself. And, then we anyway need some people, not saying you all, but you all, right, to actually test this in beta so we can publish this on Google Play Store and App Store, because we require some beta testers to actually be able to publish. But yeah, anyways, that's the status quo of that. So it's moving slowly, but it's moving, and I'm excited for it because that can really bring. And we're working with Digital Spenders Club, with essentially the AMP or acronym foundation together to then also really launch a prototype. So we're gonna onboard Digital Spenders Club, right, into having their own membership tiers, paid ones and free ones, but mostly paid ones because that's what they do. And they will do them obviously on Unlock. And then we will launch this as a blueprint for other projects to follow, right? Who want to do similar things. So with their support, my hope is not just, monetarily speaking, but mainly, impact wise speaking, we can make this a program next year, right? And really onboard sustainably long-term membership communities to unlock, to really fulfill its original purpose, essentially, right? Because the original purpose used to be memberships. The event is it's another layer on top of that. But yeah, anyway, I think this could be potentially a really good blueprint, and let's just hope everything keeps going, maybe a little bit faster. I would appreciate that. So, but just keep going in that direction. It would be really cool because, yeah. Anyways, blah blah blah. Done. Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It was a fantastic update. This is one of the projects that I've been really excited to see progressing because it has such a larger implication for showcasing what Unlock is capable of. So, and it has such a tangible, real world application as well. Like, this is exactly the kinds of ways that Unlock, is ready to scale. And so it's exciting to see that happening, even if it's not as fast as Stella would like, but it's still, it is moving along, and that's really impressive for me. So good work, Stella. Thanks for pushing it this far, and keep going. Glad that also you got a little bit of support along the way. That I know is always really helpful. So yeah, hopefully we can all continue to support everyone who's working on projects like this as a DAO. That's one of our strengths, is the support of community. So if you are excited about something that you hear somebody working on, don't hesitate to offer a hand of support, because it really does mean a lot and go a long way. So speaking of the community supporting each other, we have another example of the DAO Forum moving forward in its purpose of being a collective resource, a collection of knowledge of the DAO. So the Ichi Vaults project with 8Bond, there's been a forum post for that for a while, but a lot of conversations kind of happened that didn't get recorded or summarized in that very well. So everyone involved really knuckled down and dug into it and got the details organized. So the forum there's a document shared in the forum. Let me grab the link to that real quick, and I'll plop it.
Actually, Trix, you linked. I appreciate you being so excited about the Phoenix Gate, but you linked it also in Ichi Vaults.
My bad. Let me fix that real quick. But yeah, I'll get the right link to you guys. But yeah, there's a document in the Ichi Vaults forum. I believe it's linked in there too. But
I already
you got it
for you.
All right, way to go! Thanks, teamwork making the dream work. So yeah, check out that doc and see how things have progressed. Make sure your understanding of the Ichi Vaults is up to date, because it has been a little bit complex to follow along with. But this is a good summary. If you have additional questions, it's a great opportunity to post those questions in the DAO forum. That's what it's there for, so that we can provide additional clarity. Because this is something that is really, really important, that everyone understands why we're doing things the way that we're doing them, right? These are DAO decisions. They shouldn't just be up to the stewards to decide how to manage these kinds of things. Although we all are responsible for making sure the community understands our opinion and the facts about it. But the community really does have to decide what the next step forward is. And I think this summary really does lay it out very clearly. So thank you very much to everybody who participated in getting this document together and summarizing all the conversations. And Stella, did you want to go over anything specific on this right now?
I think we should definitely go over this, because it's been, again, sitting for way too long. And I think it really needs proper discussion, and that discussion should happen here today. Because I think, honestly, it really impacted this project when we had too much, we were too slow in the first place. If we would have taken half the time in the first version of this, we could have really saved our token from a huge price impact, right? So I don't want this to keep happening. So I'm forcefully pushing this a little bit stronger than I would usually do, because the current status quo is we have essentially created we have sold our token through the A-bond campaign, selling essentially the token as a bond that is automatically vested for originally 45 days, and then I believe for 30 or 32 days, because we went lower with the vesting period in order to fully sell the token, which we accomplished. Like the token supply, we sent to them in the first place. And the first season, as you can see, you have here the temperature check proposals, and you can also check out the specific Discord thread if you have more questions, because all questions have eventually been answered in there. And then we made executable proposals on February 19th and the last one on July 9th to essentially extend the campaign, right? So we could fully sell out. Which, in these months, obviously, the token has seen a heavy impact, meaning it was not as easy as we initially thought to actually sell the token. Anyways, point is, we now have this vault in place, which 95% of our trading goes through, right? And this vault essentially automatically manages our position on the market, which means, is like if one side is over leveraged, the vault essentially tells you you cannot buy or you cannot sell, right? So you're controlling a bit of the market, if that makes sense, which has been very healthy because our token has been going a little bit up since this has been the 95% go-to liquidity pool, right? So that was actually, I think that was really a good move to do this. So the conclusion on all of this is, we had a final call with Nick last week, specifically Danny and me. And I wanted to hear from him, right? What's the current status quo? He went with us through the different dashboards. They are both also linked on here, so feel free to check them out and have any questions on that. But essentially, right now, our price impact is about 5%. Ideally, we're getting to a 2% to 3% max range, right? This is where we want to go. In order for us to achieve that, right now we have $16,000 worth of I think ETH, wrapped ETH sitting in that vault, right, on the one side, but we essentially have 2 less up liquidity. So people cannot buy our token right now from the vault, right, because one side is heavier than the other side. So what we need to establish is essentially a relief on the side that has 2 less, which is up. So here's the decision we have to make. Are we gonna, maintain and care for this managed position pool, right, on Uniswap through Itchy Balls, right? That's a fundamental decision. That's decision number 1. Do we want to keep that pool, or do we want to dissolve that? I can already tell you, dissolving it will not look nice on us, right? It's going to look really bad on us. So I want you all to really go far away from that thought, even because I know it's been coming up before. This is not what we want, okay? Because this is going to look terribly bad on us. But the idea is, right, do you want to retrieve, for example, a small amount of the liquidity? That could be an option, right? Do you want to send more up? So we are balancing the pool out, which would be the most recommended option, to be honest. Then, we would probably get to this price impact between 2 and 3%, right? So if we send $16,000 worth in up tokens to that contract, we're setting the pool back into balance. Anyways, please read this, think about this. If you have questions now, I'm going to take questions now, but this is something urgent that needs to be figured out. Okay, we should not disable the pool. Yeah, 100% agree. Agree, we should continue with the pool. Maintaining AMOR makes sense to me. Okay, cool. Julian, go ahead.
My conviction is we should never reduce the liquidity. Unless there's no other ways to deal with this. But I think we should definitely add more ETH or wrap ETH in there if we can, to increase the amount of money that's in there, so that people can buy in and avoid having too much slippage. The one challenge that I should clarify, and that happened in the past as well, and I think Danny, but he's not here today, knows this, but DAOs are really voting on a DAO proposal is hard because there is basically, you have to determine the parameter of the deposits in order to send the proposal. People vote on this, and then only 5, 10, 20 days. I don't remember what the status is, but even if it's more than an hour, then you risk being arbitraged basically. And so we would add liquidity that would immediately go away, and some people would arbitrage us in there. So I think the only way to do this is what we've done, I think, last year already, would be to go through a multisig. So the proposal would basically send the fund to a multisig, and then several people, I'm happy to be part of these, Danny, Ceci, would be then depositing from the multisig kind of instantly. And I think that's the only way to avoid the MEV attacks on these things. So if we do a proposal that actually say, okay, let's add this many up and this many wrap ETH, this will get arbitraged, and then we would actually lose money at that point. Does that make sense?
I think we only should add in the first instance anyway up liquidity, because our biggest challenge right now is that no one can buy up, right? So that's the one thing you want to enable first. So that puts this thing, I think, at lower risk. With
but
this,
wait,
with
you mean are we talking about adding liquidity to each vault directly or to the pool?
Yeah, we can actually, so because the DAO treasury owns the Itchy vault, right? This is the P token that got streamed to our treasury. That's the proof of ownership, essentially. We can directly deposit into the vault.
If that's the case, yeah. I thought we had to do it through Uniswap, and then that's where the problem exists. But if okay, then
much sexier this one. It's a really good thing we got this up and running, actually.
Okay, good. Then maybe what I said is not applicable. So I'm not talking anymore.
I will confirm with Nick just to make sure, okay? Because I honestly did not think about this, but it seems we have general alignment here. We want this token to slowly rise up in the ranks again, and I guess this is our best option to currently achieve that goal. Anyways, Trix, what's up?
Yeah, I am in complete agreement as well. And I also was thinking about what Julian brought up, so I'm glad that he did. But it's nice to know that that's not a problem. The HE Vault solution does seem very robust, so that is good to know. But the confirmation will be helpful on that. And it does make sense that right now we just need to put some up in to balance the existing wrapped ETH. But it is good to consider what Julian was saying about making sure that there's enough depth in the pool so that slippage isn't too bad, going forward. But this first step of just, balancing it with some up seems like a good one. The one question, so my question here is, I guess maybe more of a suggested question. The piece of information that I think is missing that would make this proposal really powerful once we get it to the proposal state, or even just updating this document for the discussion, is some numbers on what the Itchy Vault has produced in fees already, because it wasn't insubstantial. And so I think that gives us it quantifies the value of increasing the Itchy Vault, because it gives people an idea of what they're buying with that additional up that they're putting into that vault. It's this potential of revenue, right?
Yeah, that potentially too. I'm asking Nick as we're speaking. Maybe he's as fast as usual, because he's always fast usually. I don't know. DeFi people really don't sleep ever, right? There's just no way they ever sleep. There's just no way. Because all my DeFi friends, I feel like whenever I have a question and wherever they are in the world, it takes them 5 minutes to answer. I don't know if I should take this as I'm super special and this is why they answer, or if they're just consistently awake, answering everyone that fast. I'm so sorry.
They're all bots.
No, I think this could potentially be a regular proposal, but the thing with the regular proposals is just it costs tally fees. So depending on how many up tokens we're sending, we may want to consider saving that money. Seeing the default person and ChatGPT in the same. Are you trying to be funny? It's working. Ceci's ruffling. Okay, anyways, now that we've talked about this, I feel it's good to hear that all you guys think it's a good thing to move forward with this. Honestly, it was good to learn that 95% of trading is now going through this pool, protecting us and the community at the same time. I was like, is there a secret way of like getting these other pools out of the way so all the trading can happen through that pool? And Nick was like, nah, there's, not really a chance. But he said like, well, you could talk to token holders that they deposit to that board, right? And so I talked to Andrew about this. Because the 8bond dashboard, which I've also linked in the document, it gives us the wallets of the elite holders of UP tokens now in the 8bond community. Because the positive thing I think I've mentioned before is that eventually the UP token was bought off by elite users of the platform, which means these are people who have been trading and investing a lot of money in different projects. It's actually it's a good note for us. And so Adam from 8bond, he shared, some secret tips to me on how to maybe potentially reach out to these people and, bind them into the loop of, what we were doing, right? Because one thing that was was a problem in the past with larger token holders is that they often are not up to date on what's happening, right? And it's not all on them. Like, you cannot stay on top of everything all the time. But maybe if we reach out, we offer them to be on a newsletter. We offer them to, we tell them when the DAO calls are up. So they can, whenever it is, something they can arrange from their schedule, they have the opportunity to join. They at least know it's happening. I think that would be nice, if that makes sense. Anyways, that was it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that update. I love that this one is moving along. I agree with you that timeliness is a crucial one. This is a tough one for DAOs because everything takes longer in a DAO, and managing liquidity is one of those things that needs promptness because the windows of opportunity close. Arbitrage is instant in blockchain ecosystems. So if you miss those windows of opportunity, sometimes they just pass you by. So glad that this is moving forward. Thanks for your answer. It's just kind of a random idea. I was asking in the chat if there's like any way to incentivize people for, using our vault instead. But
yeah, the problem
I definitely don't think it's a good long-term thing.
Yeah, the problem with these incentive programs, because that's what we did. I don't know if you guys remember, but this is what we did up on a proposal from Pioneer Pat with Gamma Finance, right? That was the other pool. Because I said, like, look, before we discuss this without end, let's just do both, right? And turns out the second one that I introduced with 8bond and HG Vault, it was a better decision. The other one just got eaten up eventually. The pool is basically empty, right? So I think, like, for some DAOs, these things really work, incentive programs, right? So specifically for DeFi protocol DAOs, they really seem to work. We're not a DeFi protocol, and this is, I think, also the reason why this is not working for us. It becomes an unsustainable measure where eventually the rest of the token is dumped on the market. So I think we should stay far away from random airdrops and from essentially random, because we don't really know who's receiving all of these incentives, right? Random incentive programs, because they don't give us ROI. So I think everything also for the next year that doesn't give us a clear return of investment, I think let's just stay away from it. It seems to work for other DAOs and in other contexts, but it has proven to not be working for us. So I suggest we just skip these ones.
Yeah, I really appreciate that feedback, and I think the acknowledgement of that we're not a DeFi DAO is really important. And I also agree that the token incentive programs tend to. I've been in a lot of DAOs where they just end up being exhaust. It's just like it gets eaten up. It doesn't actually produce revenue. But I do think there might be some potential It'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to digging into Metopia a little bit more. And as we get the ambassador program going, hopefully we can start developing a little bit of a more reputation-centric concept of incentives. So perhaps there could be non-monetary, reputation things that maybe even lead to some form of governance influence that isn't directly related to holding a token, but rather in how you participate and engage with the DAO. And depositing your tokens into the Itchy Vault could be a good reputation incentive that doesn't necessarily yield any additional tokens. So something that we could, think about as we go forward into the new year. We'll see where that goes. But that's all the items on the agenda. Stella, you want to follow up on that?
No, it's not all the items on the agenda. Why do you keep forgetting the most important one?
Oh, the holiday party coming up.
Yeah! Oh my God, I'm so excited for this one. I already made a potential karaoke playlist. Okay? So I'm so pumped about this. Yeah, Julian, nice. You need to start reading my messages. Then you would know what's been happening. Because Trix and Anupa have initiated our first karaoke holiday party.
I know. Okay? I'm actually RSVP'd already.
Oh, okay, fine. You read my message. Well,
he's already got his karaoke playlist ready too.
I don't think so. I definitely did beat him on this one. Okay, there's just no way Julian has a karaoke playlist.
Okay, Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, Will's ready.
Okay, anyways, if anyone wants to sing one song with me, this is what I can potentially sing without making everyone bleed out their ears. So you can choose. And I'm definitely going to sing one stupid German song, okay?
Excellent.
Wait, how are we going to do this, Trix? Do we have like Sure, let's sing Nina. Why not? Do we have like an Excel sheet where people can start putting in their song wishes? So we have like a list of sorts or some
I'm going to totally pretend like we're really organized, and I'm going to say yes, we totally do, and then I'll go make one and send it to you. Because I don't think
maybe you can just embed it on the invitation. Actually, if you want, I can help you to embed it as a link. Because I was thinking, how do we organize this? I also talked to Ramit about streaming capabilities, because I think you're gonna host this one again, right? So I'm gonna give you the stream key to put it, because I think with my current internet situation, which has been really bogus, I don't think it's a safe bet to have me run this session. So I'd rather provide the stream key and URL to you, and you're doing it on your end. So hopefully your internet is more first world internet than mine. Yeah?
Yeah, okay, it should be. I've got fiber all the way to my computer.
Wow.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds great. Thanks for thinking of that, because I do think that'll probably help. And I am curious to see how streaming from Huddle to from my computer, if it changes anything. Because I've noticed, I don't know if anybody's else noticed this. So DM me or let me know if you do. If you happen to read, if you're watching the YouTube recording, I feel like my audio is really bad on the YouTube recordings, but when I have recorded Huddle meetings, it's not. So something about the streaming to YouTube, I feel like, is affecting my audio stream specifically. And I haven't figured that out yet. So maybe that's something we can talk to Huddle about too, Stella. But I'm curious to see if having the streaming key affects that.
I have actually also done that. And he has yet to get back to me about response, because we reported it to the dev team and I sent him one of the recording links so he can check it out himself, how we're sounding, well, kind of really off. Yeah, so let's see. But he hasn't gotten back to me about that one either. So fingers crossed.
Okay. Well, just for everyone's sake, since we're still live on the recording, if you've been annoyed by our audio, hopefully we are improving it. All right. Well, did I miss anything else, Stella? Or does anybody else have any updates? Or oh, Will's got his hand up. Yeah, what you got, buddy?
Yeah, I just want this group to be aware of what's really going on with a current event that we have listed on Unlock. So we're using the Unlock event page for the TreeGen's ambassador program as an interest form, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that lock and we're going to use that as a token gate for our learning center so that the ones that are truly interested in being ambassadors for that community can complete a course, complete an assessment. Once they get signed off on that, then we also are going to be issuing our first ever unlock certificates. And this is going to be happening in the next 2 weeks, probably rolling 60 days out from there. And it's going to be at a minimum 25 unlock certificates on base up to 100. So be on the lookout for that activity.
All right. Congratulations and well done. That sounds exciting. Great to hear real application of Unlock making a difference out there in the world. So good work and keep it up. Thanks for bringing that update to us all. All right. Well, I think that any other hands, I think that wraps it up. Thanks everybody for joining. It's been another fantastic week with the Unlock community. And yeah, we will see you all hopefully on Saturday for a little bit of a sing-along. We'll make some noise. Hopefully everyone will survive fairly undamaged. I'm sure it will be a bonding experience for us all. It'll heighten our awareness of musical talent or lack thereof throughout the community, which is always a great thing to do. So excited to participate in that with you all. And then we will be back again next week. Oh, there is another update. Should we have next week's call be the first official new time? So we had a post on the forum, and it I had copied the times, but let me see here. Where's I put the times in the chat. It's 3 p.m. CET, which is 8:30 p.m. IST, 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 a.m. Pacific time. That was the time that got voted for the different time. So if everybody's down, next week could be our first I don't know, maybe we'll have to talk to that and see if Nupa and Stellar, because you guys are the ones that are going to have to run it. That's, well, I guess 7 a.m. for me. No, I can make that one too. I'll be there too. All right. Well, we will update everybody.
I suggest we start this. We start this in the new year.
Okay.
Yeah, because
okay. So
I don't think, like, I don't know what you think, but I think we should cancel the calls between the new year, right? Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you not hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you again, but you were delayed. Okay. Yeah, I think we should just cancel the calls. I think, next week is the 23rd already. I would ditch that one. No one in the right mind is going to show up. Then the second one is the 30th. So maybe we pick up calls again on the 13th would be my suggestion. Maybe we can put this in the chat.
So you're saying I'm not in my right mind? Because I would definitely show up next week.
I don't know, Will. That ship might have sailed a while ago. Sorry, buddy. We appreciate that you are not in your right mind.
What about the 6th, though, Stella? I mean, 13th feels far. It's a month away. What about the 6th of January? Did we lose Stella? No.
I'm just speaking realistically. I don't think there is too much that will be pushed forward. So let's consider people coming back in the week of the 6th, right?
That works. Yeah.
Meaning, yeah, exactly. And then on the 13th will be the first update. There is no reason to make a DAO call if there are no updates to be discussed, right?
That works.
Oh, look at Julian being so sad. Oh, you just miss us. No, I mean we can discuss. Let us put this in the chat, Trix. Can you open a quick discussion in the general chat?
Sure.
About starting again on the 6th?
Yeah, sounds good. I will get a forum post going, and we will address it as a DAO, and we'll see if everybody else is as sad as Julian about missing an entire month of unlock meetings. Otherwise, we might, we'll figure it out and get a time picked. Glad that I remembered that last little tidbit. Cool. Well, great DAOing, folks. Thanks a lot. This has been fun.
Good.
And all right, see you guys on Saturday.
Bye, everybody.
Ciao for now.
Everyone, and happy holidays if this happens to be the last DAO call.